Hi, this is Beth Beard from mylittlecraftblog.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this little box that holds these little 3x3 cards and envelopes, which makes a nice little gift for somebody. So the first thing I have here is a piece of real red cardstock that measures 8 inches by 7 1/4. So I'm going to put it in my paper trimmer, and this is the 8-inch side, and we're going to score it at 2 inches and 4 inches. And then I'm going to turn it, and then on the 7 1/4 inch side I'm going to score it at 2 inches. I'm going to take it out and rotate it and score it 2 inches on this side too. Okay, fold on the score lines. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take out our ruler, and we're going to measure down 2 inches from this top corner and make a mark. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. And the reason I'm doing that is because now we're going to make the cut for this angle on the side of the box. Okay, so I have my 2-inch mark here and my 2-inch mark on this side, and I'll put it in my paper trimmer. And now where this score line is, I'm going to make sure that in my paper trimmer it lines up with that ridge, and also that pencil mark I just made at the 2-inch mark. I'm going to line that up, and then I'm going to cut that section off. And then I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. I'll line up the pencil mark and then the score line, and make our cut. And then we're also going to make a cut on this score line up to the first intersecting one, and also the next one over, which would be the 4-inch line, and the same on this side. So I'll flip this over. I always like to decorate my boxes before I put them together. I just think it's easier. It's easier for me to get the paper on straight if I put it on before I assemble the box. So the next thing I have, I love this new paper. Real red polka dotted paper, and this piece measures 1 3/4 by 3 inches, and we'll put that on, a little adhesive. So this piece measures 1 3/4 by 3 inches, and that's going to go down here. See if I can center and stick that in between the score lines. And that's going to end up being this front panel right here. Now these other two pieces, it's a little more trickier. For these we're going to do the same thing. We're going to measure down 2 inches. But since this angles, we have to make sure that we cut both of these at an angle. So get the ruler back out. On this one we'll measure down 2 inches and make a mark. And then the same over on this side. We'll put it back in our paper trimmer, and we're going to line up this corner and the pencil mark we made back in the ridge. And we'll cut that off. And that piece is going to end up going on this side. And then we're going to make the same cut on this other piece on the opposite side. So we'll cut from this corner down to that pencil mark. And that'll go on that side. And then we'll just center and stick that in between the score lines. And I can see my pencil mark, so I'll erase that. And we'll put this one on. Okay, and we'll flip it over and we'll put it together with some sticky strip. Let's see, I'm going to put a piece here at the bottom, and it's going to be hard for you to see with it being red on red. Another one on this side. And then we'll put another one up on this side. And over here. Alright, now we're ready to assemble. So we remove the red backing. Okay, so that's going to come up. I had to put it closer to my face so I can see what I'm doing here. We're just going to line up those edges. And then that's going to come down over the top. And then we'll do the same for this side. So this piece goes up, whoops, and this one comes over. And there's our box. Now in order to make the handle, I just took an oval punch, turn it upside down and try and make sure that's straight. And punch a hole. And to decorate it, I used a real red button, and you couldn't really see it on this red paper, so in order to make it pop I used a little bit of black. So I took a 1-inch circle punch and some basic black cardstock. Punched out a circle, and we'll attach it. And then to save time, I took my real red button, and here I'm using hemp twine. I like the hemp twine because it's heavier, and when you make a bow it stays together very nice. And we'll just attach it with a glue dot. And we'll stick that in the center. And that's all there is to it. Now, this box is a pretty good size, and as you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 cards and envelopes in there, and there's still a lot of room left that would hold quite a few more. So here's one of the cards that I did in Wish Big. Love that stamp set. I also made some little thank you. I like to use these also for little birthday cards. I think it turns out really cute. Have a little greeting there that says happy birthday on it. That would be cute. These make a very nice gift. So in order to do the 3x3 cards, all I did was take a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 3 inches by 6 inches. I scored it at 3 inches and then folded it. And then I have a piece of real red cardstock that measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And another piece of Designer Series paper that measures 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And then I just layer those. The greeting I'm using today is thank you, and that's from the Lacey and Lovely stamp set. This is new. Love this stamp set. I love the font on those greetings. I think it's very pretty. So that's what I'm using, and I'm going to stamp it in black StazOn. And then I'm going to use my oval punch and punch that out. And then I'll use the scalloped oval, another piece of basic black, and we'll layer that on top. And we'll pop that up with a dimensional. And you can fill your little box with some cards and some envelopes and make all different kinds of greetings. Makes a very cute little gift. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.